Good morning, Wellness Baguio. This is your friendly neighborhood wellness guru, Danny Quinto. And I'm thankful to be here in this National Family Week. Let me address directly our parents and our children, because it is within the family that we can basically make the changes that will lead to a healthier, a happier, and a longer living and more stable individual, especially in these pandemic times. Now, I hope you did your assignment. During the last episode, I talked about healthy diet habits that we all have. Now, let me give a special focus during this episode number 3 on 3 items. These are water, fruits, and vegetables. Now, let me start with water. Now, why is water important? In the previous episode, we said that our brain is 80% water. Now, can you imagine that? So, water very important, and our whole body, including the brain, is 70% composed of water. That's how important water is. And so, one of the things that we need to do regularly is to stay hydrated the whole day and balance our acidity by drinking a lot of alkaline water. Now, you can go and look at the market and get some alkaline water. You can bring a bottle with you so you can start consuming it on a daily basis. Okay? And so, that's all about water. Now, let's go now specifically to fruits and vegetables. Now, why am I giving a lot of emphasis on fruits and vegetables? Well, first, if we look at our body needs a lot of nutrients, but then it also needs a lot of cleansing, meaning detoxification, because that's how our body is going to work perfectly well. And that includes our brain. Okay? Another one is our body needs these ingredients for it to be alive. It needs a lot of vitamins and minerals. It needs carbohydrates. It needs protein. It needs fatty acids. And it needs enzymes. And believe it or not, fruits and vegetables have all of those, especially when you're talking of enzymes. And so, very important for nutrients and for cleansing. Okay, now, these are some of the rules that we need to understand when talking about fruits and vegetables. It is best that they are eaten raw, especially if you're talking about fruits. These are the most delicious food that we can eat, and definitely you eat it raw. Wow, it's very delicious and it's very nutritious. Now, of course, our vegetables, we cook them, but one of the best things that you can do with vegetables is to eat them raw, because there's still the nutrients that are found there. They're not yet taken away by the heat and by cooking. Now, I didn't say you don't need to cook vegetables, but let's say in our meals, in lunch and in dinner, let's make sure that we have real live food right there. In our home, we always have tomato and other kinds of live food for our salad. And so it balances out all of those processed food and cooked foods that we eat on a daily basis. Now, let's now go to digestion. Did you know that our food that we eat, whether fruits, vegetables, or meat, or nuts, they have different rates of digestion? The fastest to digest is actually fruits. So they break down very easily because the enzymes are already there. They are pre-digested in lots of ways. 30 minutes to 1 hour, they're out of the stomach. They go to the intestines for elimination and for assimilation. The next are vegetables. They stay in the stomach for around 2 hours. They are digested and then they go out into the intestines again for elimination and for assimilation for all of the nutrients that our body needs. Now, the hardest actually to digest are meat. You have to put a lot of acid there in the stomach acids there to digest them. They can stay in the stomach for 4 hours or more, depending on what type of meat that you're eating. Afterwards, they are eliminated, and a lot of them are also assimilated into our body. Okay, now I have eaten fruits for breakfast every day for the last 35 years, believe it or not. That's been one of the good habits that I've had. And I think it has contributed to my overall wellness. So much so that even after orbiting the sun for 70 times, I don't have any illnesses. I'm not worried about my health because I feel well, I feel strong, and I can do many things that I used to do when I was still younger. And I can attribute that to my eating of fruits. Now, there's a best way of eating fruits. And the best way, and correct way, if I may say, is to eat fruits on an empty stomach. When is your stomach empty? Well, definitely when you wake up in the morning. It's empty. That's the best time to eat fruits. From 4 in the morning up to 12 noon, that's the only food that I eat, and it's eaten raw. And I do not eat it with other things. I do not put sugar or anything there, just raw fruit. And so it has helped me detoxify. Okay, fruits and vegetables also contain carbs, and they contain also proteins. Now, when I say proteins, some of you may say, proteins in fruits? Well, definitely. In our high school, we of course remember that proteins are built from amino acids. And believe it or not, fruits and vegetables contain all of the 8 essential amino acids and all of the 20 or 21 amino acids that our body needs so that it can form protein. And so just by consuming them, you have your protein. And it's very bioavailable as compared with meat kind of protein. Okay, now our body needs basically 5 different types of food to supply them for the energy and nutrients. 90% of it is supplied for glucose. Now, 4 to 5%, it needs amino acids that can be supplied by fruits and vegetables. Now, 3 to 4% of it comes the minerals. The body needs them. And then a little over 1% is supplied and needed for our fatty acids. And less than 1% is the vitamin needs of our body. Now, why very small? Because vitamins are measured in milligrams, in micrograms, very minute, but our body needs them in many ways. Okay, and so I've given us a lot of emphasis now on water, fruits, and vegetables for the importance not only on our physical body, but most especially also for our mind. And a short tip is, one of the best fatty acids you can put is a fruit. It's called avocado. So go and get your avocado. Okay. And so, before I end, let me give an assignment, especially to parents who are listening in. Make sure that your children, you can start them as young as they are, to be having bottles of water that they can carry all around and be hydrated the whole day, and let them eat and you fruits and vegetables on a daily basis and do it quite correctly. Okay, so that's the assignment. Now, before I end, let me give a quotation, okay, from Albert Einstein, my favorite scientist. And he said, and let me read it so that I do not miss any word. It is my view that the vegetarian way of living, by its purely physical effect on the human temperament, would most beneficially influence the lot of mankind. Now, with special emphasis on vegetarian, meaning fruits and vegetables eating. Second, on human temperament, meaning our stresses, mental stresses, right? Especially during COVID time, and beneficially influence the lot of mankind. Okay, so in closing, let me now thank you and say, please stay safe and stay brain healthy. This is your friendly neighborhood wellness guru, Danny Quinto, saying, please subscribe in my YouTube channel and stay safe, stay brain healthy. See you next episode.